Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Markets Outlook Data Releases in Focus Analysis http ntvforex.com News ID CCCBA 4831-2025 13:44 AM NFP in Focus NBSP. Next week we'll see several high-profile data releases, most notably the release of the August PMIs from around the world and the ISM readings from the US, which will give us an indication of how the global economy has fared through the month. In light of Chair Powell's critical Jackson Hole dovish points around social elements in employment, FX traders will be very much focused on the U.S. jobs report on Friday, which will also have a reasonable amount of political significance given it's the penultimate monthly jobs report before the presidential election on November 3. And as the Paycheck Protection Program stimulus ran out in early August without the prospect of a quick and full replacement, there is increased uncertainty about the extent of the impact on the U.S. economic recovery. Central banks will take something of a backseat next week following the Jackson Hole Symposium and announcement of the results of the Federal Reserve's policy review framework. Forget inflation. Watch employment, and right now, the market seems to be saying we believe the Fed, let us sell the dollar. Was this a game-changing Fed announcement? Yes and no. NBSP averaging inflation targeting means inflation does not matter for Fed decisions for a long time. Employment is now at the forefront, and that is meaningful. NBSP the Fed's new framework is forget inflation. Watch employment. So, count on the Fed not going anywhere for a long time, especially with double-digit unemployment looking to linger well into 2021. Fed Chair Powell must be quite pleased with the market reaction to his recent speech. Inflation expectations are higher, the UST curve is steeper, the dollar weaker, and equities flat to bouncy. That suggests the Fed still has good inflation credibility. It's a good thing I keep my stop reverses pretty tight in FX land. I would have thought that the dollar would strengthen on the back of him not signaling any concrete action, but it appears that, for the market, a strong commitment is good enough for now, even if it remains vague. Despite yesterday's gyrations, it feels as if the market has had time to take stock and has decided that Fed Chair Powell was sufficiently dovish in Jackson Hole as risk is rallying and the euro is flying. NBSP. But the market is pivoting to the US employment watch, and right now, the market seems to be saying we believe the Fed, let us sell the dollar. NBSP Oil Outlook. NBSP Oil gave up some of its recent hurricane-related gains after Laura made landfall. The hurricane quickly weakened to a tropical storm and appeared not to have caused any significant damage to Texas or Louisiana's oil infrastructure. NBSP. The focus will shift in the near term to the global economic recovery pace and the near-term supply-demand dynamic. Risks in the near term remain skewed to the downside, given rising supply and demand uncertainty, but the medium and longer-term outlook points to a tightening market and higher oil prices. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me mt5.expert.advisors.